We say, because I gave a picture that I saw some years ago, it was two birds are in a tree. On one branch, there's one bird and it's making a nest. So it's like it flies off, come back, making a nest, and it's feeding its babies and stuff. So this bird I took to represent our life in the world, our sense of ourselves as a person, and the person's role. The person has to do all these things, has these responsibilities, making a life, making a nest, making your house, making your job, making your whatever it is that a person is supposed to do, first bird. Now, on a branch just above this first bird sits another bird. But this bird just quietly looks. It's not making any nest. He just is very quiet and just looking. He can see the first bird and the first bird's activities, but also can see the sky and feel the wind, see the trees, watch the clouds, everything. But he's naturally doing. And this second bird represents the ability within us to observe without identifying. You get it? So it points to that ability within our being to kind of begin to observe without identifying. And that is one of the first great steps to awakening, to learn to observe. We have some reports of some beings who are in prisons around the world. There's about 2 or 3 different areas of these beings in different parts who are in prisons, okay? This one maybe on top, maybe from the United States. And they have been in prison for a while, some of them with psychological problems and so on. And they have been taught to observe. And it has been amazing what they are recognizing, that there are choices they could have made earlier, when if they were only able to observe themselves more than simply react. So this reactionary mode is more aligned to the person, the first bird who's going out doing things. The second bird is the ability to observe and not to go with the actions, reactions, interactions, but simply to be aware of them. When you are aware of them and don't get involved in them, you become naturally self-aware. Normally we are aware of something and then you're pulled into the action. That is not really witnessing. The witnessing I'm speaking of is you're aware of it, but you're not involved, you're not making qualitative judgments. You're simply aware. And that awareness, by looking at the thing, if you don't get involved, it becomes like a mirror and it throws you back on your being. And so you become aware of your beingness at the same time, simultaneously, with the activities are happening. But the beingness become more pronounced. So some people, the action, they go through the senses, either through sight or sound or touch or smell or something, the mind goes out, shopping for sensations. Here, mind is going out, but the attention stays in to be with the watcher of it. And as soon as the watcher becomes aware of himself, things change very big. Things are changing very big. You're not so easily called up into the actions. You're not so easily influenceable. You're more in a place of stability. And then wisdom begins to arise within you. You're in the state of self-awareness, not of object awareness, but of self-awareness. So this simple recognition is having a tremendous effect in the lives of people who don't have the choice to just walk out of jail. They're using the time to look and to reflect and to see, oh my God, this is... And wisdom is coming up for them, where increased sensitivity in seeing, increased awareness of the self, and the falling in love with the self, meaning appreciating the self, respecting it, honoring it. They begin to discover that that is true self-respect. And it's so powerful. empowering. You see? And from there, it becomes more pulled in, further stage of pulling in, it unites with the ground of being, you may say, which is pure awareness. Now, we are so accustomed to using our mind in the mode of personhood, we are not able to comprehend what it's like when the mind is functioning in the stage or the state of the sage or something. Well, they are not looking for sensations in quite the same way as the more, what I would say, coarser expressions of the mind is looking for sense gratification. No, their joy comes from simply abiding in the self. The power is in staying in the self. And it is much more intense and lasting. They are not looking for joy. They are themselves joy. But they don't waste, they don't hemorrhage any energy through simply rushing out towards objects. They keep the energy in the subject. And then all these names, they drop away. Objects, subjects, all these things fall away. Because it takes you back to pre-concept, to your pre-conceptual nature, meaning before concepts arose. And this is natural for everybody. It is there in you right now. It is here in you right now. But because of the tendency, habit of the mind, attention is going to where the mind is most comfortable, where the mind is much more, the habits are stronger. That's where the attention is going. And so we tend to miss the power, the real power, which is in your silence and your ability to raise the level of consciousness and to still function. The world of names and forms may still be there, but your reality is functioning in a different way. You have harmonized your world. Now, the beauty of this is I'm not telling you go out and do, or undo. I'm simply saying stay in the place of the isness. Just be conscious of it. And in that consciousness, just ruminating, marinating in this conscious looking feeling. So much is burnt. So many delusions are burnt. So much waste of timeness is burnt there. You know, you're coming back into your immeasurable being. Meaning that when the ego is gone, then the limits are gone. The sense of limitations are gone. Not that you want to do anything but limit. What does the limitless want to do? It doesn't want to do anything. It's not like, oh, I'm limitless now, so I can just go to Venus. It's not that. It's much more beautiful than that. You don't have to want to do something to feel the beauty of yourself. That's why I say that is perhaps the true meaning of the term to enjoy yourself. To be in the joy of yourself. It's good. Thank you. Very good.